Okay, so today I am going to share with you some strategies to help guide those writers who are really struggling. So we're going to tackle the extended constructed responses today. I have pulled a released STAR 5th grade passage for you. And here we have the 5th grade 3 through 5 rubric that they're going to use to grade them for STAR. So one of the biggest things that I have found is that for organizational and development of ideas, so it's really hard for if the passage has no central idea, they kind of don't move on from there. So I have worked a couple years as a reading and writing teacher, so I've found a way for kids to clearly identify their central idea. So on the screen, there is a writing prompt that is similar to how the style that they write the prompts on the day of STAR. So this says, based on the information in Frozen Frogs, contrast what happens when wood frogs and humans are exposed to freezing temperatures. Write a well-organized informational essay that uses specific evidence from the text to support your answer. Remember to clearly state your controlling idea, thesis, organize your writing, develop your ideas in detail, use evidence from the selection in your response, use correct spelling, capitalization, punctuation, and grammar. So, on the board, I have created a little how to tackle the extended constructed response. And here's some simple steps. So step 1, I have them read the entire prompt. So that's what we just kind of did, okay? Then, they're always very lengthy. I've also found that they always say this: write a well-organized informational essay. Remember to, and they always have this, it's always attached to it. So the prompt is always towards the top. So have your kids focus in on the prompt and ask them, what is it asking us to do? So based on the information from in Frozen Frogs, contrast what happens when wood frogs and humans are exposed to freezing temperatures. So kids have learned that contrast means what? We compare and contrast, right? So we're saying how they're different, right? Okay, so then I usually have them reread the passage and then take notes to help them answer the prompt. Because the day of STAR, they'll be given the passage first and then the prompt. So then I have them go back and reread to take notes. Okay, how are they different? How are humans and frogs different when exposed to freezing temperatures? Okay, so this is a technique that was developed by Lucy Calkins, and the district used to actually teach Lucy Calkins as our writing technique, but this year they went away from it. But it helps writers. It really does. So with Lucy Calkins, when students plan, she develops boxes and bullets. Okay, so in the box, that's where students clearly state their central idea while informing the reader of the prompt. Okay, so how we want to make sure that students always state their central idea in the very beginning, because if they don't, they get marked down or even a 0 right off the bat, and the grader just immediately stops grading. So from this, what would be a very simple, easy central idea? Basically, how are humans and wood frogs? I'm sorry?
How wood frogs and humans alike or
Different.
How are they different, right? How are wood frogs and humans different? Okay? Because you want students to plan. You want them to have a, like, kind of a plan before they go right. Okay? So that's it. The students will you'll find with so many of our little writers, if they struggle to find this central idea, once they have this central idea, it's so easy for them to go from there. Okay? So then, their idea number one. Well, from here, they should talk about humans. How do humans respond to freezing temperature? Okay? So humans, well, we all know, are we good at being exposed to freezing temperatures? No. Okay? So you haven't had much time with the passage, but the passage actually says that the human body is not able to handle being exposed to freezing temperatures for very long. So the students, that is actually in the passage. So that would be idea number one. And this is in my own words. Okay? Yes?
So with this idea, would the text evidence be where they give the examples like frostbite and freezing of body tissues?
Exactly, how you just found that. So my star right here is the text evidence. So how it says the text evidence to back up your response. So next, the student would have a star. And that star symbolizes they found text evidence just as you did. And so, just as you stated, according to the text, okay? So with this method, the student, well, they explain what happens to humans in freezing temperatures, and they have their text evidence. So they can check off human, and now they know, oh good, I get to move on to wood frog now, okay? So wood frogs are very different actually than humans. And in this text, if you had time to read it, so wood frogs actually, they adapt to cold climates. So wood frogs, okay, so they have they have their idea about wood frogs, okay? Yes, so they freeze themselves actually. So you can actually say, the author stated that in cold temperatures, the frog's heartbeat, breathing, and brain activity stops. So then the student will actually have, okay, I know that I have my bullet, which is my main idea. Now I'm gonna provide text evidence to back that up. So there, the student will know, all right, I'm showing how they are different, and I'm providing text evidence for both. So then, all the student will need is a conclusion. So a simple conclusion, all it needs to actually do is just restate how they're different, and then the student will be done. So even if the student doesn't restate the differences, at least they're going to score higher because they're staying on topic and they've stated their central idea. So do you think this will help some of our struggling writers? At least they'll be able to identify their main idea. And I think the text evidence is kind of some of the hardest things for them too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
do you have any questions or anything?
And providing the sentence stems according to the text the author stated.
Mm-hmm.
Having
I think,
something
yeah,
that-
according to the text and the author stated, I think those will also help our English language learners as well.
Mhm.
So starting with those, and then if they, if we provide those, and then eventually they'll be able to do them on their own.